Hello, welcome back to another video. People, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're smashing the likes and subscribing if you're new. We're trying to reach 1k subscribers before the end of the season, people. Thank you for the support. As of recently, we're nearly on 850 as well. Nearly on 850. So the countdown to 1k starts here. Wolves match preview, reacting to Graham Potter's press conference. Sorry this is so late, but I would have recorded this yesterday on Sunday, but listen, I was out all day, so you'll see this at 4 p.m. on a Monday instead. But yeah, let's discuss a bit before we get into the press conference because the press conference is only like 10 minutes from what I saw on the website. Um, Obviously, Wolves away is never easy, never easy. Um, they've got a new manager. We've got a new manager. Obviously, the last time we both faced was actually the El Sacico of Lopetegui versus Gary O'Neill, only for them to both managers to stay. Then Gary O'Neill ended up getting sacked a week after against when they lost to Ipswich. After them coming out and saying, "Now we're going to stick with the manager." A week later, by the way, a week later. But now they got Vitor Pereira, who started off well. Obviously, gave them the new manager bounce, and then it's kind of just been the same old Wolves from then, really. But there's only so much Wolves can do with the squad they have when their ownership isn't serious and they don't really like they invest sometimes, but it's not to the extent that they need. They need to refresh that those centre backs for sure. They got one of them in January, and they've got good midfielders to be fair. I know Lamina went, but Andre and João Gomez they play really well together. Obviously, they just stick with the Portuguese manager that plays a 5-2-3 formation at times. These men have not changed one bit. It's kind of like a decreased version of themselves from a few years ago, if I'm being 100% real. Obviously, everyone's going to talk about Mateus Cunha, who's come out recently and said that he wants to win titles and stuff like that. I don't think he's good enough to win titles. I think he's a very good player, but I don't think he's good enough to win titles. I think he's a top four player at best. Um, I do think he'd suit Liverpool. I do in terms of style of play. I think you still need someone that if we're talking the big six club, I don't know why you go to United at this point, but at the same time, they're not gonna be 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, whatever next season. I'd like to assume anyway, and I think he suits their system a lot more. If we're saying that he's going to go to a big six club, and if he wants to fight for titles, I don't think going to Man United or Tottenham right now. But like you can maybe say Chelsea, but I don't know if they would challenge under Maresca. I don't. I think they should be challenging eventually, but I don't know. I also don't think he suits that system anyway because he's not a 1v1 winger type person, which is why I don't think the Arsenal move makes any sense either. I don't think the Man City move makes any sense. Now that it's on Marmouche, they were never linked with him, but I don't imagine they'd go after him either. So yeah, that only makes sense for that. That's the person to be afraid of because when we beat them last time under Lopetegui against Gary O'Neill, he was the only one actually trying. He was the only one trying in that team. There was no one wanted to play under that manager. Obviously, they lost their heads. Lamina tried to fight Jared Bowen afterwards. I mean, obviously, I would love some get back after that, but Lamina's not even fucking there anymore. I don't even know what happened with that, but I think a few of the Wolves fans online turned on him, but I don't know their situation. I would love if a Wolves fan is watching this. I would love them to let me know what went on behind the scenes and stuff. But I never rated Gary O'Neill. But I also don't rate the fact that, as much as this ownership doesn't spend, they've gone out their way to pay compensation for their Al Shabab manager, meaning that cool, you can with Cunha or without Cunha next season. They allow too many leaks, too many of their players to talk in interviews. I think the big players leave too easily. It feels like there's every time there's dressing room unrest, it becomes the 4 point. What's the phrase? The main point of the whole headlines when it comes to Wolves news. Um, so from our perspective, I'm still not confident with all being saying that because I'm never confident. This is me you're talking to, the most negative West Ham fan online. But at the same time, this is an opportunity for both clubs to try and take 3 points. I imagine at max we get a draw. It's just one of them games where coming up against a three in the back, we're probably going to play a three in the back as well. Probably going to match up. It's probably going to be tight. It's going to come to a point where it's going to be like man to man. Naturally, it's going to become man to man because of where everyone is going to be on the pitch. I feel like we need to press a lot higher this game and just see what we can do. But I would like a win because we're not playing for anything. So just try and get a win. But let's read out the press conference. For some reason, it's only on It's only 10 minutes. The first question is on team news, and specifically Nicholas Fullkrug. Fullkrug has been training with the group and more than likely will be in the squad. Cool. He hasn't played competitive football in a while and has had a fairly significant injury, so we will have to build his minutes up. We've got another training session now. Everyone's in a decent place, so we have a relatively full squad, apart from Somerville, which is unfortunately probably the player we missed the most. Um, that well, obviously he's the only player injured, but Bowen aside, he's the attacker that I probably missed the most. On finally returning to action after 2 weeks, we are looking forward to going again. There's nothing you can do about the schedule, and you have to hope the players who are away have a positive camp, and you work hard with the ones who are here. We're looking forward to the game. There's kind of no excuses about the international break now because we didn't play on the weekend. Everyone returned to training on Friday. Everyone returned to Rush Green and stuff like that as well. So there's not really much you can say about that. I'm not saying he's making excuses, but I'm saying like our fans or our fans and the players, they can't make excuse about international break because everyone has internationals. And we're now having our game on a Tuesday instead of just coming back on a weekend because it was FA Cup on a weekend and stuff. I doubt Fullkrug is going to get many minutes. As I said a few weeks ago, after the Everton game, we're going to have 3 number 9s on the bench and no number 9s in attack. Because when is Ferguson ever going to fucking start for this club? He scored for Ireland, so fuck it, start him, man. He might be on a bit of confidence. The whole point when you get someone on loan is they give them minutes. I don't know why he's not giving them minutes. Whether you rate him or not, it doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. On the away form, I've said it before, it doesn't matter where you get your points from in some way. But at the same time, you need a good home record to build that connection with the fans. Yeah, that's why we haven't won barely any fucking home games this year. It's not Graham Potter's fault necessarily, but going to games this season has been dreadful. We have an away game now, and we've gone to Arsenal, Chelsea, and Aston Villa and been competitive and taken some points. Wolves will be another tough game. It's always a challenge in the Premier League, and we have to be ready for that. Should have won against Everton. Should have done better against Villa in the whole 90 minutes. Great win against Arsenal. Should have bottled it against Chelsea after going 1-0 up. Even though I literally predicted how that game was going to go, and we need to beat Wolves. Kind of sums us up this season. On Wolves in their recent appointment, I think Gary O'Neill was a little bit unlucky. No, he wasn't. With how their season went at the start, but credit to the new manager. He's come and stabilised the team and got some good results. It'll be a tough game. It's not difficult to do better than Gary O'Neill. On Evan Ferguson scoring for Ireland during the international break, forwards, it's nice for them to score. He's been doing a lot well. Coming back from injury and it's game time, it was always going to be a bit of patience with him. But going away for him, getting some minutes and scoring, it's great for a forward. Yes, hopefully give him some minutes. Then we need a striker presence up front. And you're not going to start Danny Ings, so just start Ferguson for fuck's sake. And we end by returning to the fact that it's a gap between games and how the team will work during that. It's a strange time, but the boys have been here. The boys that have been here, have worked well, and we've used it well in having time to recover a bit and spend some time with the family, but at the same time working, pushing hard, and being ready for when the international boys returned and get ready for the game tomorrow. So we learned fuck all, as we do from every single press conference that we've ever read in our lifetime. But at the same time, he's not as boring as Lopetegui. Lopetegui would literally make you want to kill yourself every time he rests his press conference. You might as well just do the whole leave match thing, that animation on FIFA every time we came in with Lopetegui and stuff. And for me, with this match, it is going to be a difficult one. Obviously, I'm doing a watch along tomorrow. Come and join me for that at 7:30. For me, I think the battle is going to be one in midfield. I think we need to keep the same midfield of Ward-Prowse and Souček, but I think we need Soler to add in. I think we need to add Soler into advanced positions. I don't think he's done much wrong. To be honest, I don't think he's like the greatest player in the world or anything, but he doesn't make too many mistakes. And the way I'm looking at Paquetá and Kudus right now, I thought Kudus was better in the second half against Everton, but he's in bad form right now. So again, I would, if you're going to play the 3 in the back, a Soler and Bowen on the inside 10 sort of thing or whatever, and then put Ferguson up front. Cool. I'm not trying to see Mavropanos start this game. I would like us to go to a 4 at the back in, on paper, then just go 5 at the back, out on and off the ball, tuck Wan-Bissaka in, etc. That's what I would like us to do. I was really impressed with the way Todibo played. We can't be excusing taking Todibo off now if that becomes a habit now. I'm looking at Potter. I'm looking at Potter for that specific decision. But I like the manager. He's obviously just got to get the best out of what he has for now. Not going to really read too much into it. But when he does have his summer, his pre-season, the academy players coming back, loan players, etc. Obviously, Freddie Potts has signed a new deal as well. That should be interesting. He'll probably play a part next season. We'll see what academy kids he would like to include. I think Emerson should keep his place as well. I like Skulls, but he shouldn't play every game. And I think Emerson did well against Emerson, so I wouldn't mind Emerson keeping his place. But I don't really care who starts at left wing back or slash left back. Either of them can play. I wouldn't really mind. But I think Emerson, just for this game. We've got Bournemouth on the weekend as well. It's going to be difficult. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. Any email for the inquiries. We're on the road to 1K subscribers, so please subscribe if you're new. Trying to reach 1K. 1K. So close. And I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.